Good morning, Marnie here. It is Monday, June 12th. And yes, I do not have my glasses on. It's because it's freaking hot in here and they keep steaming up. So, and I have a headache. And I look absolutely horrible because it's hot in here. It's a little bit cooler outside, so the AC is not coming on so much, and I'm about to burn up. Oh my gosh, I am so... Could be hot flashes, I don't know. I've been menopausal for years, but so this video is all about all the whips. 10 whips that I've got going. Some I'm active with, some are on the back burner, but I'm showing them all in this video. So coming up next is all the whips. Enjoy. Grab a drink. Alright, so this is the first of many whips I am going to have laid out in this video. And this is the puff vine stitch that I have worked up into squares. I have 3 more squares to make. Now, I don't have a whole roll down here of the yarn that I'm using, but this is what is left over from each square. The rest of it is upstairs because I work at it at the kitchen table. And this is a Many Crochets pattern. And then at the end of each square I put a border around it, which is a dainty clusters around it, which would be by Anja at Affiliate Talks. That's what I'm using for the borders of each one of those. So I think with what's left with each one of these, I'm going to put one round of this color on each of them, and then I'm going to go around again with this, and then join them with this. So this is the puff vine stitch, and I absolutely love the way it works, the way it looks. And this yarn is really soft, although I think it's being discontinued because, well, I know you can't get this color anymore. And it doesn't have a color name on it, but it's sage. That's what I call it anyway. One of my favorite shades of green. So there you go. Don't know how long it's going to be before I get this done because, like I said, I just work on it when I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and it usually takes me, I'd say about 3 or 4 days to do one square, because I just pick it up and just do 2 or 3 rows here and there at a time. So I don't really work on it like to get it done quick, because I don't care about that. So there you go. The first whip. Number 2 in my list of whips is the Midnight Snowflakes blanket. I've shown this many times. Kind of put it on the back burner for now while I'm working on Christmas stuff. But this pattern is by Anna Soares. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I don't remember if I bought this pattern on Etsy or on Ravelry, but it is a paid pattern. So, and I love it. It is a mosaic crochet, and I use the Heather Noble Designs way of beginning and ending each row. So yeah, I love this. I've got about, I would say, 2.5 to 3 more repeats to do. Honestly, I don't remember where I left off. I left my notebook in the other room. So that is number 2 of the whips. Number 3 on the whips list is my bath sheet, using I Love This Cotton and the Suzette Stitch. This is the length, and it will be much wider. It's going, the width is going to be going this way. This is the length. So, and I am using a 4.5mm hook on this. It's all going to be this one color, sage. And that is number 3 on the WIPs list. So here are WIPs number 4 and 5. That one there is the red heart stripes, neon stripe. And that is the Snuggie for my oldest granddaughter. And it is the medium size. And this one is going to be the large size. It is also a Snuggie. This is going to be for my niece's fiance, who is very, very tall. And I am using the Crafter's Secret Big Idea Pearl Fleck. Now, I started out with a roll that was probably about halfway through, maybe not even that much. So this is together one whole roll plus the partial roll. And then I've got this other roll. And I've discovered that for some reason, even though my tension is the same, the stitches appear to be smaller. Even though they are both the 4-weight yarn, for some reason, this one here, the Crafter's Secret, is coming out not as tall as the others that I have done, including that one there, which I'm going to, let's see, I believe row number 87 is, so, I mean, maybe once I get to row 87, I'll change my mind and it'll be okay. But row 87 is where the arm divide will begin. And I think right here I have little markers here to tell me where I'm at. So each one of these markers indicates 10 rows. So I've got a little more than, well, I've got about 45, 46 rows. 1, 2, 3, 46 rows. So, I mean, I still have quite a ways to go, but one roll is not going to cover it, so this one's going to take me a while to get done. So I think next time I go to Hobby Lobby, I'll probably pick up at least another 2 or 3 rolls of it. So there you go. And I am using an 8mm hook on this, on all of the Snuggies. This is the Red Heart Snuggle Up Throw. And it is a free pattern. Just Google it. So WIPs number 4 and 5. Here is WIP number 6. I have been working on this all weekend long. And this is a locked filet mesh crochet by Ashlee. And this is going to be for my youngest granddaughter for Christmas. And I am absolutely loving it. And I am using, I love this yarn. The variegated color is Instant Classic and then Royal Blue. So I'm probably going to work some more on this tonight. Right now I ended last night on row 75. There are a total of 240 rows. So there you go, WIP number 6. WIP number 7 are these squares here. They are mosaic crochets in the round, worked from the inside out. And they are monthly squares by Kickin' Crochet. The pattern is free on YouTube, but you can also buy the pattern to keep up with it, which I did. I bought the pattern a long time ago and absolutely love it. So here we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. I have one more round of July to do. And I will finish that when I'm outside. These squares I just work on while I'm sitting outside. So it takes me, depending on how warm it is, this will take me about 2 or 3 days to do each one of them, because I'm usually out there for an hour at a time and usually getting my space set up. So I'm only crocheting for maybe half hour to 45 minutes, and if it's hot, that takes a little longer because I don't like the feel of yarn in my hands when it is humid outside. So there you go. WIP number 7. And I am using a 5.5mm hook, and this is, I love this yarn. It's royal and soft blue. Alright, we're getting there. So here is WIPs number 7 and 8. All of these squares were just from leftovers that I didn't know what to do with. So most of this is all Big Twist, the Joann's Big Twist. This is what I'm going to be using to join these squares. This is going to be one blanket. These are going to be another. This green here is the Starlet yarn by Mary Maxim. I believe it is called Mid Green. And these are all, they're container blanket squares by Anja at Affiliate Talks. And I believe these are, I followed Robin at Hooked by Robin for these squares. I am not completely sure. But they are just corner to corner, corner to corner granny squares. And there are 12 of each of these. And then whatever I had left after I got done with doing 12 of each, then I did the rest in these. So I don't know if these are all the same. I think I got approximately 4 of each color, except here I had 2 whole rolls of the Starlet Mid Green, and so I just used them for this project here. So there you go. WIPs number 7 and 8. And I believe I am using a 5mm hook on all of these. So as you can see, I have strings to sew in. But these are kind of a back burner thing because I really don't have anything in particular planned for them, so I'm not in a hurry. And I will just sew the strings in when I feel like it. So next up is the final WIP, and that is the cable blanket. Alright, last and most certainly not least, and I'm not going to spread this out to its full capacity, but this is the cable blanket. The Bag-O-Day cable blanket I am making for my sister. And I have this one last roll to do. I have not yet attached it. So, it's just too big to maneuver, and I'm not going to be working on it today, so I did not want to put it all the way out there. So, anyway, that is the last WIP. I am using Hirschner's worsted on it in the color of Erin, and I'm using a 6mm hook. And I really do love this pattern. Don't like the yarn. I don't mind the way the yarn feels. I like the way it looks. Don't like the way it behaves because it is very staticky. I cannot, this is the only yarn I've ever had such a problem with static. Oh my gosh, it sticks to me so bad. And frogging it is a nightmare because of the static. If it wasn't for the static in this yarn, I would absolutely love it. And this is the same yarn that I used for the hobby, the Bonnet Girl blanket. And oh my gosh, working with staticky yarn, 2 rolls at a time. Oh, yeah, not going to do that again. If there was a way to get rid of the static, I would use it. I tried to use dryer sheets and it just not good enough. So anyway, there you go. WIP number 10. The cable blanket by Bag O' Day. Okay, so there was all of my WIPs. So for the rest of the day, I'm probably going to work on the locked filet mesh crochet. Not saying what it is yet. If you could figure it out, if you know what you think it is, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'm not saying what it is now. I'm going to wait until I get almost to the end of it. So I'm going to have some coffee. I got Donut Shop apple pie coffee and my stevia root beer with heavy cream. So anyway, there you go. I hope everyone has a great day. I'm going to try and get rid of this headache, and I will see you in the next video, probably Tile of the Week Thursday. Have a great day and see you later.